Hello and welcome to Keep It Movin', the show on the Monk Maddox channel where I, your host Monk, aka the Monkmatician, give you 3 fights for UFC Vegas 52 that you should keep it moving on. 3 fighters that you should not put in your lineups whatsoever. So real quick, before I give you those 3, this will be about a 5, 6, 7-minute video. Please be sure to hit the like button on this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you feel like it. All those things help my channel and me immensely as I try to grow and get to a bunch more subscribers, guys. I want to hit 250 before the next pay-per-view. We are at about 220 right now, so help me make that happen. I really would appreciate it. So yeah, let's get right into it, guys. Keep it moving. Who are we keeping it moving on this week? Well, fighter number 1 is going to be Dwight Grant. I don't know how anyone could bet this guy, could back this guy in DraftKings at all. $7,900. Has a very low scoring upside, scoring only 1.79 raw DraftKings points per minute, averaging 69.97 points per win. That is tremendously low. And then 5.3 average DraftKings value. Again, just poor numbers. Speaking of poor numbers, Dwight Grant, poor striking numbers, only 2.86 strikes landed per minute, and he throws 9.14. I mean, come on. That is a huge differential of what he's not hitting you, or what he's missing with. 31.33% striking accuracy. That is pretty bad. Spends 81.52% of fight time fighting at distance. And guys, with those poor striking numbers, he's not giving you any points in that 80% of fight time. So yeah, not looking to Dwight Grant here. And then finally has a subpar ground game, allowing 0.8 DraftKings points per minute from grappling. Has a sub 70 takedown defense, which isn't terrible, but it definitely isn't great. And he's getting out controlled 0.18 to 1 control time ratio, which is about 5 to 1. He's getting out controlled 5 to 1, a little bit more than that. So I don't see how we could possibly be playing Dwight Grant this week. I'm probably not going to be playing much of his opponent either. I just don't have a reason to be playing either of these guys. Really, neither of them score very well whatsoever. So this one's an easy fade, but especially the Dwight Grant side. And again, I guess his nickname is the Body Snatcher also. Jesse Ronson, the Body Snatcher, was just on my Big Fades video for UFC 51, and that ended up being, working out in our favor. So maybe we should fade the Body Snatcher 2 weeks in a row. Fight number 2 to keep it moving is going to be Ike Villanueva. I gave you Tyson Pedro as a must play this week, and I just dislike Villanueva's scoring upside or scoring downside. I don't know. He can't score very well in DraftKings. I just cannot roster him. $6,900. I'll be looking elsewhere for salary relief this week. I'm not fading him to 0, but I won't have much. Poor fight and DraftKings defense. Villanueva allowing 4.77 points per minute. Negative 3.56 significant strikes landed per minute differential. He's getting outstruck by 3.5 strikes a minute. 2.13 and 2.23 body and leg strikes landed per minute. That is a ton. He's allowing a 4.36 body and leg strikes per minute. That is absolutely crazy. He has suboptimal DraftKings numbers, giving up 80 bonus points per loss. So again, first and second round finishes on average, finish losses, I should say. 3.32 average value, very, very low. He's getting outscored by over 2 DraftKings points per minute. Nothing good here about his 1-4 record either. Measurables are not ideal. 2-inch height and 6-inch reach disadvantages in this one against Tyson Pedro. 12 of 13 of Ike Villanueva's losses, he's been finished professionally. He's also 8 years older than his opponent. Did not look great in a few of his fights going back now. So I will be big fading Ike Villanueva. Obviously, he does have a bit of power in his hands, and that is the last thing to go, as they say. So maybe in like 150s, I'll be playing 5-10%, maybe Ike Villanueva. But I'll be much, much higher on his opponent, and I will be keeping it moving on Ike Villanueva. Now, guys, the third fight here. Before we get into it, one more time, please like and subscribe to the video. Hit that bell if you could. Really appreciate it. Fight number 3 for the final fight on Keep It Moving is gonna be Philippe Lins. $7,800. Low scoring upside for Lins. Only 1.8 or 1.08 raw DraftKings points per minute. almost negative negative 0.96. Sorry, it's really late. I'm recording all three of these videos back to back here on Wednesday, so please excuse my mush mouthedness. Negative 0.96 raw DraftKings points per minute differential, so getting outstruck by almost a point per minute. 1.13 average value. That has to be the lowest number on the card, especially, you know, he has an 0-2 record in the UFC and he is getting smoked. Below average striking numbers for Lens, only scoring 2.66 significant strikes landed per minute at a 40.52% accuracy. Very, very poor. 1.54 chin deck. So he is getting put down, Felipe Lens. Suboptimal measurables. 0-2 UFC record, as I said. 59.65 strength of schedule. Guys, you want that to be 70, 75, and that's average. We're 10, 15 points below that. Not even 60. So very poor strength of schedule, meaning the guys he's fighting do not have great records, and the guys that they fought have even worse records. And it's been 2 years since Lens last fought in the UFC. Give me pretty much none of Felipe Lens. Who's he fighting? Prachnio? Yeah, I'll be much higher on Prachnio. I mean, I think 7,800 is too much for Lens. I mean, maybe you have to play a little bit of him for the possible knockout potential, but I mean, he has finished 12 of 14 professional fights, but none in the UFC, neither one. And Prachnio, I mean, I guess he has been finished by knockout 4 times professionally, but still, I will have much more of Prachnio and hardly any of Felipe Lens. I'm going to be saying keep it moving on Felipe Lens. So guys, thank you so much. That's going to do it. Very short video, as I promised. So those are the 3 fighters that we are fading this week. Dwight Grant at 7,900, Ike Villanueva at 6,900, and Felipe Lens at 7,800. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic week. Make sure you do your fight tape. Pair it with my game theory video, which is live on my channel. Be sure to check that out. And as usual, guys, I want all of you to enjoy the fights. So enjoy. We'll see you next time on Keep It Moving. Thanks.